Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Moin.
What? Ooh.
There's the Jerry. Hello, Jerry.
What?
Hello, Danley. Dog Danigan, Demons Hub, Crispin, and Hazy Boy. And we have an army of Ottomans. Ottomans?
Yes, they're Ottomans. It's the Ottoman Empire.
I see you had fun with some kind of image generator.
No, I don't go near them. I
Okay.
just found this on this appeared on 9gag like 3 weeks ago. And it's like, fucking save that. Who's made the Ottoman Empire out of otters? That's, I mean, fucking hell.
If you think about it, it's a rather simple thing. Why haven't we thought of it? I don't know.
It's all good. I mean, I think Warren pays for the subscription to the upgrade Super Alpha Deluxe edition of 3D AI rendering or something. They keep talking about it, and I don't go near the link.
Yeah,
Good.
I wouldn't. Also, it's some kind. I feel using that in the production environment is declaring bankruptcy creatively to a degree.
It's fine. I think we did that a long time ago.
I mean, I get when people use it as inspiration and then draw their own stuff after what that thing chimes out, but yeah.
Yes, Orinoco rocking the plastic kits for Frogtown is going to be fantastic. All I need is a Rowdy Roddy Piper model. And I'm sure somebody must have made one.
Have you looked at 7TV?
For Hell Comes to Frogtown. I remember talking about that a couple of years ago with somebody. They hadn't seen it. It's terrible.
I'm pretty sure 7TV has already made miniatures for They Live.
Somebody's made miniatures for Frogtown as well. I think we looked at it in Indie. I don't know where people get the idea that I was dying from or that I had a cough, because my editors will have seamlessly cleared that up for me, because they were told at the end whenever I went, and what you want to do is mute my channel so that nobody has to listen to me cough throughout the whole thing. So bear in mind, I don't give into terrorism. I can't see it on YouTube. So I don't know if they did, but I presume they did.
Well, technically you could have watched the XLBS.
I could have, but I don't want to. I've already sat through it once. Can't make me sit through it again.
Yeah, and to answer the question that's everybody asking in chat, even though they're not asking, what's he drinking tonight?
Is it Lemsip? Oh. I don't know if everybody at home got that buffering, but I got that buffering. Oh, there we go.
Well, it's brownish, but it's coffee.
Naughty donkey.
Badass coffee of Hawaii, with kind regards from Horatio Noseblower. That was part of my Christmas gift.
No, the technical difficulties will be later.
Yeah, basically, for some odd reason, my nice little touch portal that does all the nice animation and sound effect is just not working tonight. It just makes sounds. It doesn't bring any pictures.
Oh, man. So we don't get mode line criticisms?
We only get the audio.
Good enough.
Which is enough.
Well, I say that. I don't know. I didn't realize there was audio.
It is a very loud screech.
No, I don't. Because if I play us with audio, then I hear us twice, 5 seconds apart.
It's going to be mental. Also, Fugu has your voice recording over it, so at some point I might figure out how to put that audio back into Skype.
Oh, on the internet, I've seen the Scottish Historical Society or something like that had put up a picture of a reconstruction of a Fugu up in fuck nowhere. So I tagged Fugu on it. Anyway, I can be bought, you know. I can't afford to get you to sculpt the Fugu or to sculpt the Brock just for me, but I will keep going at it. By the way, Dan, I was up in the studio today, so I got that.
Oh, Blanche.
Started reading it on the way home on the train. I see there's a letter as well. It's great. Thank you very much. Like Adama, you know, I feel like it should go on to somebody else afterwards. So It will probably go to Ben, because I don't know if any of the other kids can read.
I knew you were going to say that.
I didn't know I was going to say that.
Oh yes, I did. You could try
It's
Shay.
fucking lovely.
Shay's still young enough to learn.
Shay is young enough to learn, but he keeps watching like TikToks and stuff with John about animes.
Oh no.
So I imagine
Big
not gonna
wiggly
happen.
anime tits.
Yeah. So yeah. Ideally, what I want to do is see if we can get that book to pass through the community for the next year. You know, send it to Ben, then send it to somebody else, and send it.
We need to add a little card at the back, where,
I was going to
the
say,
library day, where
just
you
get everybody to sign it. I know Dan hasn't, although he has signed the letter to me. Maybe or cut that part out and make that the start, just from the Dan Lee down, and put that into the front, and then people can sign and date it as it goes through. I'll talk to Benjamino anyway before we send it on its way, but it'd be fun.
A very interesting take on things.
Mm.
Also, I tried something. Let's see if this works. Technically, we now have a proper top-down camera. Oh, isn't that lovely?
Oh my god. Staring into the void. Look, there's a quarter in your coffee. Why is there a quarter in your coffee?
Because that's the smartphone that's acting as camera.
Right.
Another one. This one. Oh, see, it's autofocusing, so I can show people stuff. like these and see, miniatures, painted, almost, nearly. There's primer on it.
I found mine.
Oh, hurrah!
I put them behind me. I can't see where they are anymore. Well, I did find mine. It's good though. Yeah, Demon. Square bases, like nature intended.
Squeezy bases.
God wants. We were talking about the Blanche
world?
book. No. Apparently, you may know this already. Not you, Jamascats. Apparently, there's another page called Rage of Sigmar, which a lot of people are going to because it allows you to get all of the vitriol and madness from the old world without having to actually sift through posts about game. So it's just all of the hate condensed down for easy viewing.
Very practical.
So there you go. So if you're not already in there, Jam, Rage of Sigmar. Oh, we were talking about the fact that, because I told him Dan was sending me the Grimdark book, and I was saying I've got a Blanche book from when they did the skulls, and I can't imagine there are many of these kicking around because they were like 100 skulls. You got one skull for every tenner you spent. So, and
I think that never made it to Europe. That
yeah.
thing.
Right off the bat, it has the second edition 40k logo,
but
it is just a hardback faux leather, but it's just John Blanche artwork, which you may or may not be able to see.
Yeah, partially.
Yeah, some of it may be in there, but it's a really nice book. I should stick that on eBay, except eBay will tell the Tories that you've made money, and then they'll and they'll sink another boat full of brown people or something. I don't know, whatever it is the Tories do.
I only heard rumors or partial screams about how the government on that side of the pond is doing weird stuff.
I hadn't heard anything about it until Jamie Tranter suddenly went, "What the fuck is this? What's going on? Do I have to pay?" And nobody knows. Nobody knows what the fuck you're supposed to be doing. But from the 1st of January, all of the online people like eBay and other places where you sell shit will now be sending your receipts directly to the tax office. So good luck, Skipper, is what I say. And I've seen some people going, it's always been there, and you have to pay if you pay over like $1,000 or blah blah blah. One person on one forum had contacted the tax office, and they went, "Oh, you're fine unless you've earned over $6,000." And other people were going, "Do not listen to that tax office. They're lying to you. If it's over €2,000, so it's like 1,734 pound sterling, you're fucking liable. So if you decide that you're over that but under $6,000 and you're fine, then they're going to get the receipts from Vinted and eBay, and you're going to get fucked." So
Can you
it's good.
still talk? I mean, isn't that still some form of government, or is this pure anarchy at this point?
I have no idea why the limit is in euros, Dan. Now, that limit I'd seen coming from somebody like a spokesman for one of the companies like Vinted, and I think they're probably set in Europe as their head office, so they've been told it in euros. But if it was originally worked out in sterling as that random number and it just happens to be €2,000, I don't know. Or maybe they've just looked at how the UK economy is going and thought, we're going to be back in the EU and using euros within 5 years. Let's make life easier for ourselves now. Let's just start. It's like America. Everything in America is worked out using the metric system. And then they have to run it through a calculator to change it into imperial. So all their imperial nuts and bolts are calculated as millimeters in metric, and then they do an extra calculation. Maybe the tax office have gone the same way. We'll calculate it all in euros first because we know we're going to be using it, and we'll do an extra calculation to turn it into sterling so the old people who voted for Brexit don't get annoyed. But they'll be dead. They'll be dead soon. We can all use euros and roll on into that happy new future.
Oh, grand. Don't you just love it when government works?
Oh, so yeah, so it's good. It's good times. Didn't data protect? Yes, yeah, Jam. I mentioned it in the Weekender. That was going to be a big year for Ireland because he does refer to the Irish reunification of 2024. I'm just going, that's great. I should get a T-shirt made. We go down like a fucking lead balloon here.
We had a unification, and all I got was this fucking T-shirt.
Yep, that type of thing. Oh, good times. We could ask Toros if he was here because he works for the tax office. Just go, why are you fucking people? Steve, you bastards.
I'm pretty sure if he's in chat, he's keeping a low profile right now.
Oh, tax office, sure bastards. So yeah, so depending on whether you earn
a Toro special episode, not on my watch.
So you're fine. You're fine unless you earn over £1,000, over €2,000, or over £6,000 sterling. Pick one of those and hope you're right.
Well, the reasonable thing would be to go with the lowest bar and just presume that you're liable anyway. So.
The whole other kit and caboodle behind it is obviously if you're in a paying job, like myself, if you're salaried and then you've hit their tolerance, you're then going to have to do self-assessment forms for whatever you've sold secondary. That's a whole other shower of balls right there. I fucking know how to do self-assessment. I have to hire a fucking accountant to deal with my eBay sellings. This is why I don't sell anything. Just keep it all. Fuck them.
To be fair, we have something similar in Germany. When you're occasionally selling stuff on eBay, regardless of value, you're okay. But as soon as you have some kind of regular income via secondhand selling on eBay, you are mandatory to put that on your tax return form.
I think it's like something similar to what the US do, Dan, where the tax office knows how much you owe them, but you've got to work it out for yourself, and if you're wrong, you can be imprisoned.
Why don't you just tell me how much you go? No, find out yourself.
No, it's not how the game's played. So
Hello, Nick.
Oh, it's going to be a magical 2024.
And 2025 will be a hilariously tax return year.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's also good.
Speaking of tax returns,
Yes.
I'm still fighting Twitch on the latest iteration of affiliate onboarding and doing payouts.
They're not giving you your money for your hot tub, fuckers.
For some odd reason, I had to redo the onboarding 3 times now. I'm hoping this time everything goes smoothly, and the money then gets shelled out. Regardless, when the money is out, I need people out there tell me where to go and spend that money on.
Oh, I'll tell you where to go. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, you're wanting me to buy a hot tub. That's not happening for 50 euros.
Just get a paddling pool then. Start small. Be very hoity-toity.
No, since they recalled their policy on naked women and buttocks, not happening.
Well, just wear a pair of budgie smugglers.
Oh, Crispin, that's an image for the people. LED strips going around my bath. Yeah. Mains voltage, preferably.
Oh, go the whole hog. Have a mankini. Isn't that what Borat called it?
Oh, let me tell you. The company I do most work for on Christmas always does a little fun tossing around of Secret Santa stuff, and it's always weird crap. And one year, somebody actually gifted that kind of tankini to a guy.
Sorry, I've just seen Crispin's message in the House of Water. Hashtag best house.
Oh, no.
Hashtag. He's currently sitting in Lemmy's bar, very close to where Lemmy used to sit, and the statue commemorating. How annoyed are you, Timberley? Oh, Lemmy fan.
So annoyed that I might actually have a drink.
Oh, that was a while back. Oh, man, I don't pay attention.
Mr. Killmeister. Yeah, I'm still looking at things like Etsy for shops like the one from Heresy Andy, because that way he doesn't need to care about taxes. I don't need to care about taxes and invoices.
Does it come import free, or do you still have to pay duties or import charges? It's just the tax that's accounted for.
As far as I understand, Etsy is doing all the heavy lifting, so they are actually collecting taxes, value-added taxes, and putting them aside. So I'm not sure how much less money he's getting.
Well, he won't be. Well, he would have to pay the VAT to the government anyway, so presumably they're just deducting the vatage, and then Etsy will probably take a cut. Is that fucking spider? Where's my glasses? That thing's fucking huge.
Spider Pig, Spider Pig.
Oh, you are. You're a massive bastard, aren't you? Sorry.
Take a picture, send it to Justin.
I just looked up and I just seen a void on my ceiling. It's like a hole's been punched through there. It's like, no, it's not a hole. No. Nice. Anyway, just have to make sure he doesn't fall in my
The
coffee.
Rainbow Lounge, yeah, that was the one. I did remember the name.
Oh, good times.
Levy.
Good times.
It's the goblin riding the spider.
No.
I've seen today the video again of the mouse that's cleaning up the shed of that one guy all the time. So I'm guessing maybe that spider is hiding all your miniatures that you're looking for all the time. It's just sitting in the corner.
Really annoyingly, the orc shaman I was talking about, and I'm sure he's over here. He was there. It's just at some point I'd sprayed him black, and he was sitting behind a white model. So I just fucking missed that he was right there the whole time. I know. That's the orc shaman that I'm talking about. He's really fucking nice. But he's not part of that Kickstarter, so you can't get him through it anyway. So,
Subdie X. Etsy fees add up to 10 to 50%. Selling to you, aka by ways. Ah, nice to know. Jill, hello.
I'm going to assume that you're named after the character from Trust the Legend. The second in command
Might
for
be. Oh, small rant on my part.
Can.
My wife gifted me parts 2 and 3 of the Dune novels.
Yes.
So I don't know the English titles. But the second one, anybody complaining about Star Wars Episode 1 being a boring politician scam, read that book and then talk to me again.
Yeah,
God,
but
that was boring.
it's different when you're reading science fiction as opposed to watching what should be fun and Givaldi in Saturday morning space opera. So
Yeah, but it was really so half the book was very boring politics. The second half was a bit better, and now I'm on the third book, seeing where it's going to. Yeah, it's all political, but that was really just politicians. No action, no interesting bits to speak of.
it's like if you've read the Rift War saga, which apparently is about to be raped by Hollywood, the Johnny Wirtz did a set of books based on Serenia, called The Daughter of the Empire, Servant of the Empire, things like that. I think it was the Daughter of the Empire series. Anyway, they were very heavily political without much going on. Well, there was lots going on because if she didn't sort her shit out, her house was about to be fucking totaled and then paved over by other better houses after some machinations. But yeah, there's a lot more politicking than actual daring do and stabbing people upside the head.
Oh, Crispin, I did watch Rebel Moon. It's an interesting
I've watched Rebel
watch.
Moon as well. Oh, it's so fucking dull. Oh, Jesus.
The weird thing is, my wife and I watched it. She liked it. I found it mediocre. And today there was the epic trailer thingamajig, or what's it called again?
Yeah, honest trailers.
Honest trailer. And since we watched it in German, I must say, the dubbed versions, the people are way better in talking.
Well, I was saying to the children up at the studio that fella from The Gentleman / probably King Arthur, I think. I don't know. Anyway, his Northern Irish accent was particularly bad. I was so glad he died. Unfortunately, the fucker hung on in there till most of the film was over. But there's an extended, like 3.5 hour director's cut coming or something like that.
Zack Snyder cut again?
Another Snyder cut. And I'm hoping they put the story back in, because there was no fucking story.
Yeah.
There was more story in Battle Beyond the Stars, the original sci-fi version of the Magnificent Seven by Roger Corman in the fucking 80s. And it had fucking George Papard in there as well, which was great.
It was a bit very much predictable.
It was literally go here, pick them up, go to the next planet, pick them up, go to the next planet. And then once they got them all picked up, it was like, all right, we'll go over here now. Oh no, betrayal. I'm going, all right. And then there's like some fighting. And if it hadn't been for the slow motion, that would have been like a 70-minute movie. If you just put everything at like 3 times speed to get through the slow motion and just rack it as normal speed, it's fucking, there's nothing there.
I think the worst part for me personally was rather at the
Johnny
beginning,
Boy was great.
When the mother planet forces came down to the little tiny and then the droid told
the space Vikings.
Yeah, the droid told the little woman, "Oh, you remind me of the princess, and we would have done it." Yeah, he's going to protect her later in the movie somewhere, and he's going to pick up a gun and shoot someone because he needs to protect her, and lo and behold.
Never mind that. It's when they arrive back on the planet and he's got a cloak, a stick, and antlers on his head, dressed like a Leshen.
Without any context.
Well, you don't need I don't need context because I'm a big fan of Simon Stolenhag, the Swedish artist, and in his second set of books, artwork about the robot sort of singularity and not uprising per se, but anyway, there is a picture of a droid with a poncho and antlers leaning on a stick in a swamp. And clearly he's seen that artwork and went, I should have that in a fucking show. Oh, that would look amazing. I've got that artwork book somewhere. It's probably tidied away at the moment anyway, but it's not Tales from the Loop or Things from the Flood. There was another one because they're always something of a something. But yeah, it's fucking blatant. Anyway, absolute horseshit.
Yes, man, it's the Ottoman army.
Yeah, it's the Ottomans. Fucking awesome. It's what it is, Amanda. I hope you're all paying attention to how fucking magnificent this is.
Glory to the
Oh my
Ottoman
god.
Empire.
Oh.
You know what? They could actually work in a rank and flank version of Burrows and Badgers.
Yeah, oh yeah, sure. 100%.
Get somebody on the phone, make a Burrows and Badgers rank and file version and at the Ottoman Empire.
I'm still waiting for him to finish off the fucking Burrows and Badgers Hurley game. Hurley/Shinty. So, you know. Anyway, my problem with Snyder isn't his films, because aesthetically he's really good, and his framing is great. My problem is he's terrible at telling a story. He's come from doing music videos and adverts, and stylistically they look fantastic, but there's just no fucking substance there. So it's really, yeah. Watchmen is great. Well, Watchmen, he more or less recreated panel by panel, except the giant space octopus squid things, which he removed in favor of Dr. Manhattan. And I could live with that one. But he completely missed what the story was, which is the deconstruction of heroes, and instead made all of them superhuman, able to punch through rock and break people's bones with a look and shit. Going, that's not, none of them should be able to do that.
You don't understand. I'm not locked in here with you. You're locked in here with me.
Wants to be a painter before he got into his actual career. Oh, like Hitler.
Oh, God. Off the rails again.
So that's good. Oh.
Should we look at some people's projects for a change?
Well, I mean, if you must. Yeah. There you go.
Lovely stuff. I'm going to die today.
Yep. Well, join the club, buddy boy.
Uthu and Resurgent by Umbra.
Yes. Everybody's favourite. It's the racist elves.
On Square Basis.
Do do do. Na 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 na. So,
while we were speaking about,
we have been here in the past.
The thingamajig. What's it called again? The Old World, which is the New World, but it's old.
Yeah, don't worry about that.
It's also already sold out, so who cares?
By all accounts, it's sold out to a handful of people who were able to get it. I'm much more encouraged by the amount of people who've gone off and bought Kings of War since then. It's been beautiful.
I've seen some comments on various forums going, yeah, I was going to spend about X amount of money, and now I'm going double the amount of miniatures from Kings of War.
Yeah. Oh, I've seen that one. Are you buying the books? Nah, Christmas. I have 1st to 8th edition, and I have every army book for every edition from when they started doing them. So
I think the only thing of particular interest to me would have been actually the map, which it was available on Saturday still. So
I have a map. I don't need another map. I've got maps coming up my fucking arse from them. So anyway.
So this is a tiny update with just the mage.
Just the mage, but I like just the mage. It makes me wonder what my mage would look like if I painted it. Because I've got 2 or 3 of them, because he was the plastic one that they stuck in the last edition box set. But if people hadn't seen it before, there's a really nice post he did back in August where it was like, here's my army in 2019, here's the army again, expanded and upgraded in 2023. And just that, Because, I mean, the 2019 army is nice enough, although 9 Shadow Warriors. Why would you run 9 Shadow Warriors? I don't know. But it's just great seeing the army expand. Shadow Warriors still 9 strong. Not sure what's going on there.
Maybe he didn't get any new ones.
I don't care. Get some. If he's got that many fucking heroes, and Jesus, look at that front line of heroes. Some of those could go in. Fuck it, he's bound to have an Eltharion in there that could be pushed into the front rank as some sort of mad Shadow Warrior bastard just to round up the 10 because it's annoying me. Oh, we've already discussed the bolt throwers on round bases. Oh, and not just in this project, but in other projects. And they know it annoys me. And some of them have even gone to such extent as to do additional close-up posts showing the round bases. And I just fucking... it's really annoying. It's really annoying for several reasons. One, obviously, it makes no fucking sense. And two, they have an arc of fire. They have a 90-degree front arc. How the fuck do you tell that from that fucking round base? Anyway, but we'll not get into that right now. We'll leave that on the wave behind us. Hazy boy, have you heard anything about Pearl Jam's tour? Fuck's sake, they're killing me now. I seen rumors in December that they were doing Australia, Europe, and America, and since then they've announced 3 festival dates: 1 in the US, 2 in Europe, and they did a cheesy hint for the pre-sale for Australian Pearl Jam fans to make sure they were members of the 10 Club, but they've not fucking confirmed anything, and it's really bugging me now, especially because Ben has booked a week's holidays when they're in the UK/Ireland, which is going to fucking really conflict with me. Anyway, just saying.
Well, you can always call in sick, can't you?
I think people will know.
You think they might notice?
They'll have a fair fucking guess.
Happy coinciding that Jerry is now sickly at home while next town over Pearl Jam.
Shit, man, you fucking dog walking park in Dublin. Anyway, but yeah, just a little update, but it shows that Umbra's goal to have all the racist elves isn't finished yet. But they are nice.
Indeed.
I keep looking at mine thinking I should paint them up like samurai, and did some test schemes in like a lovely peach and teal colour. I thought that looks nice, and thought I have to paint dozens of these fuckers with my repeating pattern on the pajamas. Not doing that. Anyway.
Pajamas. Oh.
Yeah. So, you're very squeaky, aren't you?
Yeah, it's the old bones.
It's a feeling.
Collins does some kind of
threw
weird
that bag
stuff
away. It's got my fucking stuff in it.
that I never heard of. What's
Bastards.
a winter offensive? Can't doesn't compute. We never fight in the winter. It would be madness.
Don't know. Worked very well through the Ardennes. Just saying. Oberleutnant Collins and his radio team. So yes, deciding to go into somewhere. He does mention that Soviets may be being involved, so
yeah, by the looks of it, that's the Germans on their way to Moscow.
Oh yeah.
They still look very much.
He does reference though the Ardennes, which is going the wrong way, but we'll not worry about that too much. I seen this month actually. There is a military magazine. I can't remember the name of it. It's like they do like special issues. You'll find it in your newsagents. It's a tenner, but it's about the Eastern Front offensive. So it's the Narva-Tannenberg line sort of stuff in 44, 45 when the Soviets started pushing out into German-held territory. So that's very good. Just saying, if you want to read something wintry fighting, Eastern Front, Soviets against Germans, that's a really nice magazine to pick up because it's got a lot of good information about various military actions and maps and stuff as well with it.
Speaking of magazines, there's another one launching in Germany for one of these. Collect all the magazines and build your model kit. And they're doing the Graf Zeppelin airplane carrier.
I think I've seen them. I
Yeah,
think we've got it here as well. Issue one's
I'm
just
pretty
come out.
sure it'll be the Agostini
Yeah.
or some other crappy magazine vendor that's pushing that all over Europe.
Well, man, you wouldn't put the Soviets that close. What you do is you take your captured Soviet prisoners and you put them right on the Western Front in front of the Americans. Then you tell them to fight there. I mean, if you keep backing our dens, there's a chance they could fuck off home. So, I seen the Millennium Falcon one.
Yeah, that's an expensive piece of kit.
It can get absolutely fucked. But look at that.
Reference pictures.
The reference pictures. And I quite like the reference pictures. And then when you see the pictures just above of his the squads moving through the actual forest as well. They're really cinematically done, shall we say, where you've got the casualties and people just ploughing on, presumably back to home to fuck.
Go where no one has gone before.
Well, unfortunately, many people have gone there before, and it's always ended the same way. Here's hoping for Ukraine when they finally decide to fuck Moscow over.
I wouldn't count on it.
They're too nice. They shouldn't stop.
£900. That's almost reasonable for prices I've seen for people asking for a complete collection of that thing.
Yeah, people are assholes, though. Terrible assholes.
Quite rightly so. Yeah, Colin's doing. I'm guessing there will be more.
Oh fuck point? Yeah! There's an army list in one of the very first posts that he did via Easy Army. So.
There's a link here.
Yeah, I do think you need to sign up to Easy Army to actually see it.
But he did it as a PDF, as an attachment.
Oh, did he? Oh, well, that's okay then. Well, then you can open that then. Do that. So you can see plans ahead for other things. Yeah, that PDFs download, I think, if memory serves.
Yeah, there's a list. You people can watch yourselves. I'm not going to bother now.
The vehicles and support weapons are planned, so nice to see.
Oh,
I think you're right, Jam. I think you need to attack them from the vulnerables where they're not expecting.
Because I just remembered.
My buttons debutton themselves. Rebutton yourself, can't.
Who buttons who?
Oh, Jill, I was showing your Knack McFeagles off at the King's War Forum, by the way, because we got into the discussion of the Knack McFeagle after somebody had painted some ogres with shocking red hair and blue skin. And then somebody went, it reminds me of Terry Pratchett. And I went, hold your fucking phone, fuckers. Wait till you see these.
Oh, no.
And then I realized you hadn't done anything more to them. So it's like August. So, Jill, you want to paint some of your vehicles?
Shame. I wanted to show you something that is the Tactica exclusive miniature that's going to be sold at Tactica coming next month.
Sweet.
But it's not working. Their homepage is offline for some odd reason.
Oh, Tactica Hamburg.
Yeah. It's going to be a Gerd Fröbe on a mule carrying drinks to the... what was the movie called? The Final Hours?
Alex? No, I don't know.
I think it was Final Hours or something. It's Tactica Hamburg is not loading. Shame.
It's not a thing that rings a bell for me.
And also the Perry did another exclusive miniature that's going to be sold at Tactica.
Oh. Look at you. Fancy pants.
Yeah.
Your fancy pantsness.
I might turn...
Longest Day. Now that makes more sense.
Yeah.
Or okay.
That's the one. I think that at least... that's why I wanted to check on the website, but the website is crapping out.
You broke it. It's
Yes,
been overuse.
of course.
Just sitting there,
My
spamming
bad.
F5 on it all day, every day. Son of a bitch. Absolute son
Why
of a
every time
bitch.
if I want to show something, things go... Oh, there it is.
Well, the Perry miniature is a young Winston Churchill. If you want to do somebody who's a
Yes.
racist who likes concentration camps, then you're sorted.
Hold on, and I got it wrong. I misremembered. The Gerd Fröbe was something different, because the tactical miniature I was thinking about is this one.
With his lovely top hat.
Water-carrying Hans Hummel.
Hans Hummel, yeah.
So that's the exclusive miniature we're getting, and the young Winston on horse. This is going to be nice.
I really like that. Well, I don't like him. He's a prick. I really like the water carrier though.
Yeah, what game could we use them?
Oh, I don't care. It's just a really nice model. The Winston Churchill model I could use on the game where you give your opponent a hammer and you have a hammer, and whoever can smash the Winston Churchill model the fastest wins. Terrible, racist, drunk fuck.
Yeah, okay. I get it.
He's a cunt. Oh, he's such a cunt.
Yeah. Unteroffizier Kaffeekanne, that's the one. Somehow my mind got those mixed up. Bringing coffee. Is it why the paint Winston as a statue? What?
Tells how I really feel. Oh, I mean, I couldn't because he'd get banned. But if you want to know how bad Churchill was, because he was a cunt. Apart from being on, I mean, people give the Germans and the Nazi Party a bad rap for the whole concentration camp thing. It's important to remember that was Winston Churchill and friends who thought that up in the Boer War. I thought, you know what we do? We concentrate the Boers. We put them all into one place together in a small amount of room where they can't feed each other, and they'll starve, and disease will kick in, and they're much easier to deal with. And anytime the Boers come to free them, we can kill them. And that's where the term concentration camp comes from. You concentrate your enemy into a small camp and then fuck them over. Well,
yeah.
And the Nazi Party looked at Winston Churchill and friends and went, oh, they're evil bastards. We'll have some of that. They're essentially, the Nazis are a second-rate conservative party. They're a cut-rate Tory copycat group. That's what they are.
Oh, I think I need a T-shirt going, you're a Nazi, you're a copycat.
Richard Burton played Churchill in I can't remember what the fucking film was called. Anyway, he played him and he was interviewed about it, and he went off on one. I was like, because obviously he was being interviewed by like the Radio Times or somebody about how great Winston Churchill was, and like, oh, you're playing Winston Churchill, it's great. And Richard Burton went,
well, actually,
what have you learned from playing with God? I hate him and all his kind. They've stalked through the corridors of power, laying waste to the man in the street for years, and he did this big long ranty interview that the BBC banned him from appearing on the BBC for a few years because he was so disparaging about Winston Churchill. They were obviously expecting him to go, great man, he won the war, stiff upper lip and all that shit. No. Bear in mind, he released a fucking fascist general in Italy to fight the election against the socialist friendly Italians post-war, because they didn't want socialism taking root there. It's like, let that fascist out. Let him go. He can be the fucking... Anyway, right, I'm not going to get into that. But you should fucking look at what they did. They are cunts to the highest caliber.
Yeah, things to be learned at this point, children, is don't believe politicians on first
Gathering Storm.
sight.
Yes. Oh yeah. It was. I knew it was a BBC production, and that's why the Beeb banned him, because the Radio Times interviewer or whoever was doing the interview expected him to do the usual "he's a great man, he won the war for us" style, response, and instead he went, "I've learned so much about him, and I hate him so much more." Anyway.
Learn your history, do your own research, and never trust only a single resource.
No, none of that.
So, speaking of resources.
Yes. This is Blinky.
Blinky465 doing interesting stuff.
Head over heels. It wouldn't be Blinky to go full 80s retro computer game.
Well, to be fair, that was a idea I just thrown in there, and he went, that idea is genius. I'm taking that. And then he ran away.
I mean, I'm 100% on board with this. I dimly remember Head Over Heels. I remember being advertised in various Spectrum magazines, and others probably as well, but I didn't have other computer at the time. But the idea of taking the modular, not isometric, isomorphic fucking layout
the 2.5D thing
of that style of 80s game and using that as the basis for the dungeon crawler is fucking great.
Yeah, I think the original idea I've had thrown around was about Paperboy.
Right. Oh, that was another classic. Although more side-scrolling, so I like where he's gone with this instead. This or the Batman game was done.
Oh no, it wasn't Paperboy. It was Ghosts and Goblins.
Ghosts and Goblins.
Yes, that's the one. And then he went, computer games, and something must have clicked because he just went on.
So the idea behind this is to do something that's similar to Head Over Heels as a dungeon crawler, but not actually Head Over Heels because it needs to function on the tabletop as well. It's not just a diorama, it's going to be some sort of mad game.
Yeah, he's thinking about a system that's actually moving like one of the racing games.
Yeah, tiles move in, move off.
Yeah.
Which is a great idea. I have absolutely no problem with that. That view, I've seen that in so many games. Not Head Over Heels, mind you, because like I say, didn't play it. But there was a Batman game that was very, very similar. It was an avant-garde time.
Yeah, people had to make with way less.
I really hope he leans into the 8-color palette of the Spectrum as well.
Oh god, that would be amazing.
Yeah. Look at all these colors on the outside of the box. None of them will be represented on the inside of the game.
One of them will.
Don't expect your dog to be whatever color.
One of the colors will be in the game and will be everywhere.
Oh,
also black.
Yeah, every room you go into is another massive. And all he has to do then is what do they call those things? Print the little head over heel doglets in some sort of clear resin, so with a clear base, and then just illuminate everything. So when you go into the purple room, your little dog character turns purple. When you go in the blue room, blue, red, whatever, pick the room color and off you go with your life. Also, for some reason, he's decided to go 7x7, not 8x8. I'm assuming that's because that's a weird half square at the edge that he's just decided not to count.
Potentially.
But
Yeah, I'm pretty looking forward to see if he's managing to hang on to his enthusiasm and just go full ham on it.
Well, yeah. There's been a couple of updates post New Year, working on the 3D printing, and I believe this is also going to use some form of chip type thing, which is why the 8x8s are being compressed to 7x7. So there'll be a certain amount of ones and zeros added to the game.
As is his want in life.
As is his want in life. Discuss. So yeah, but I'm really interested to see where it goes. So it's bizarre. It's baffling. It's fucking out there. Love it.
I'm hoping he gets to finish it, and then there will be some kind of odd soundtrack running in the background while you're playing the game, and every time you're switching tiles, it just goes whoop, whoop, whoop.
Demon, could it have been Qubit? There was Qubit had the same thing on like a Game Boy or something where you were jumping up and down.
Was Qubit on the Game Boy? I remember it from the C64.
I don't know. Presumably, were all those Game Boys and things like that, they're all the same, aren't they?
Let's not go down that road.
They're all the same. There's really no difference between a Spectrum and a Game Boy. When you get right down to it.
I think the Specky doesn't work on 3 AA's.
Might do. I've got a 48K and a 128K in the roof loft. I could bring them down and find out. Presumably neither of them require particularly large amounts of battery power. Anywho.
Yeah, Blinky doing the Lord's own work, and yeah. Who's next on the docket?
Hammer Grimace.
Oh, what is he now up to? English Civil War. Is that some kind of prediction of upcoming events in Britain?
It's both the past and the future.
It's like somebody recently said, yeah, somebody said to me we're in the 20s, but I always think the 20s was a lavish years before fascism. Oh.
You said like it's a bad thing.
Well,
right.
For some people it might be.
Well, we obviously seen what Night Runner did using the old school 170 seconds, breaking out the plastics and getting on with your life. This is similar in he's using 170 seconds soft plastics with a view to doing ECW small campaigns. Look, there's that terrible scales thing. Oh, did I send the cheeky message to Lloyd earlier? I'll need to go back and look. Lloyd was asking in the forums if anybody had color schemes or something for French epic scale. And I meant to say, oh no, sorry. If they were 6mm or 28mm or 10 or 15mm, I've got loads of color schemes for all of them. But none for that fucking abortion of a scheme. So, and then I got distracted in the bar while I was waiting on the train, and I don't think I sent that message.
Literally.
I'll do that later. I 100% will be doing that. I do not have
Jerry's favorite pastime activity, taking Lloyd literally and driving him up the wall with it.
No, did somebody link him a 6mm one? That's even more. At least it's got colours in it they could use. I just want to stop him dead. Just go, no. But we're having a very long conversation about how VAR's fucking everything and the payment and Premier League's too high. Anyway.
172nd Infantry. There it is.
Yeah. And these are lovely little figures. Really nice detail on those. And the fact you can pick up a box of them for tuppence halfpenny is cracking. Look, you two can dip your way to happiness.
Tell that to David. David, you can dip. Mr. Cookie Cutter.
He'll finish Assassin's Creed at some stage once he learns.
No, he won't. He will never.
I've not even started mine yet, and I'm still going to be finished before that.
I'm pretty sure he will never, because it has become a running gag, and he needs a running gag for this show.
you can also dick your way to happiness, so that is true. Fear not. Could go either way.
Dick, Tom and Harry, or something like that? Harry, Dick and Tom?
Harry, Dick and Tom. Tom, Dick and Harry.
I don't know.
Dave D, Doozy, Beaky, Mick and Titch.
Whatever you say, whatever you say.
Oh, you're the boss of me.
Speaking of Army Painter, I got supplies.
Supplies. Is that like when a Japanese person jumps out at you?
Supplies.
Supplies.
I needed a small selection of varnish
Oh, right. Okay.
and color primer.
I have some. I've got a shelf up there filled with color primer, and I'm coming dangerously close. There must be the guts of 15 up there, and I've got like 18 downstairs. I'm coming dangerously close to putting them on the box and fucking them in the bin. Because I can't remember the last time I sprayed a primer, especially in this kind of a country, which is why I've got an airbrush. It's just like that. None of that's ever going to be used.
Yeah, the main reason why I needed to restock on varnish is because my wife and my daughter got into this weird little new hobby of theirs. Gluing little diamond-shaped plastic beads on circular pictures.
Okay.
It's
Thank God for that.
It's like coloring in books, but with
Sure.
color-coded diamonds.
100%. Yeah.
So-
Why not?
And they need to be sprayed and protected.
Oh, it's all got a bit Devo in the comments. Dip it.
Who
Dip
reads?
it good.
That's
that.
not Devo, that's salt and pepper. Dip it real good. Dip it.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
You don't know
Devo.
salt? You don't know salt and pepper?
No, Devo did the song called Whip It.
Yeah.
Whip it now. Whip it good. Yeah. Everybody who's seen Dip It Good in the comments there, how many of you thought Devo and how many of you thought Salt and Pepper?
Salt and pepper did push it real good. Which would also find.
No, everybody's with
See,
me.
or knock
You're-
against me.
You're fucking lunatic, is what
Yes.
they're saying.
That's
That's all they're saying. You're a grade A fucking lunatic.
do
You need to
tell
be
something.
restrained. Absolutely restrained. Oh my
Yeah.
God. And soup.
Also, did I see that correctly? That Warhammer Grimace has started Patreon
Could be.
for his game he's making.
I hadn't noticed, but I'm not saying he hasn't. We could ask him. He's always in the Discord.
I think he did. I think that was one of his last videos on YouTube, which you don't actually watch. So.
Can't watch YouTube. Don't give in to terrorism. Ranks up there with Amazon in that respect. So a freestanding bathtub is only £30. It's actually less than £30. So let's say €30 when they round it up. It's got stars and stuff on it as well. It looks awesome. You look great in that, Tim.
At some point, I'll do that bathtub episode, and you all will be sorry for wishing for that.
Oh, no. We won't be sorry. I won't be sorry.
Crotch
I don't-
cam? So
I
there's
don't-
no crotch cam.
I don't see what you're
See,
doing.
there's just my desk, just my keyboard, no crotch. For my crotch, I would have to move that thing.
Yeah,
That's
but
not going to happen.
presumably you're not going to be that close to the keyboard whenever you're in your hot tub. Oh no, somebody stole your quarter. Man,
I can't trust anybody.
fuck me. I slipped on some black ice earlier.
Oh no.
I didn't think it was black ice until I got up and didn't have a wallet.
Nope, you're a sick man. You're all sick.
Oh my God.
Don't make Jerry
Oh,
laugh. He'll
so
stop.
did you see the bus in Kilcully? Fucking pirouetting down the hill.
Wait, there's a bus going spinning around, going wee.
Yes. Oh man, I'll throw it into the House of Water #best house later on. It hit ice as it was coming down. It was coming down a road that was turning, and it must have been like a fairly steep gradient as well. And it hit the brakes, and it just went turn, And as it went, it smacked cars on either side of the road and then ended up in the fucking field. It's great.
That's horrible.
Oh, it's fucking awesome.
Entertaining, but horrible.
Awesome.
So, Horatio,
Hmm.
what's that lovely man up to again? Cheers, mate.
This is a delightful little project about some barbarian type things. Now,
Very fiery weapon of choice.
yes. However, I liked it because somebody in this audience / on camera has an airbrush and then keeps complaining that the airbrush doesn't work. And the initial one from 5 years ago was about attempting to use the airbrush. And you know, Zenith and OSL and stuff like that. So there's a little bit of a you know, lesson to be learned, I suppose. Every day's a school day. Isn't that what they say?
I'm not sure. I think I'm getting called out here.
Right. I know. Must be one of us. So yeah, lesson.
Lesson learned. There's a Scottish lesson.
Oh, Jam. That's fucking amazing.
Do I want to know? No, I don't.
Oh, you can see after the thing ends. Don't you worry about it. So anyway, yes, this is Arabian-esque barbarian type that had been done via the medium of airbrush.
With a plinth for a base.
With a plinth for a base. Don't worry about the plinth. But what I will say is there's a lot in there about approaching an airbrush for the first time, and don't worry about it. I remember the first time I talked with people about an airbrush was back in late 90s in GW Belfast, and somebody had been bought an airbrush. He was a decent painter. He'd been bought an airbrush for like his birthday or something like that, and he was terrified of ruining the airbrush and therefore never used the airbrush.
Yeah, I get that feeling.
And it's just a tool. And unless you're going to take out the nozzle or the needle and hammer the shit out of them on a table to really fuck them up, you can't break an airbrush by just putting paint through it. You can
You see
clog it.
Amanda's comment.
Yeah.
When you approach an airbrush, just don't make any sudden moves. You may scare it away.
Exactly. They're delicate creatures.
It's like, don't try printing stuff when you're in a hurry. Printers smell fear.
They smell fear. And this is it. And so I'm the same now. When I started using an airbrush, I was a bit hesitant. But it's like using a sable-haired brush. And you know, some people will use soap and like to bring them into points afterwards and to keep them clean and keep the ferrule, blah blah blah. And other people will just fucking treat them as if they were just a cheap 50p brush, and by the end of it, you'll have the same effect, but you may have shortened the life of the fucking brush. But the idea of having a tool and then being so paranoid of not using it correctly that you never use it means you don't have it. All you've got is a very expensive ornament. And there's some really nice bits and pieces in there from Horatio about the airbrush he's using and how paint's going down and differences between previous airbrushes. And it's an old project. It has a bit of an update with the completed miniature. But the idea of just approaching an airbrush and using it, and, just fucking getting in there, and at that stage, like I say, whenever I was talking about an airbrush the first time, and it was a friend who'd got one, and somebody else, a third person in GW Belfast, was going, just use it. Just go and buy some plastic plates, plastic, fucking picnic plates from Tesco's or whatever, and just start painting on them. Paint through the brush, work out how it works, work out how much you need to thin your stuff down. Just do stuff on the just fucking get in there. And I don't think he ever did. Certainly for the 2 years I knew him, I don't think paint went into the airbrush, which made it a fucking monumental waste of time. But if you're thinking about doing stuff, and for the likes of yourself, Tim, you've got an airbrush. Yes, you fucked the first one. Lesson learned. Move on with your life.
To put
get
this in
get an
context
airbrush
completely. Currently, the garage is full like your attic. There's no space to airbrush.
Nice deception.
I sent you a picture of how little space there is.
Feel free.
This chair I'm sitting on.
I can airbrush in this room.
Yeah, but you've got a chair to sit on. I literally don't even have a chair to sit on because there's the table saw sitting.
Throw the child out.
The table saw, not the child. The child is indoors.
Yeah, but I bet they've got stuff in that fucking garage.
No, that's all mine. I'm totally capable of
Crispin, I do think
stopping a garage by myself.
And to be fair, when I first bought an airbrush, I spent so much time worrying about how to clean it and blah, blah, blah. And then you need an ultrasonic cleaner for this and blah. And I've got an ultrasonic that's down there gathering dust because I think after the initial 2 months, I've never gone near an ultrasonic again. All it will do is strip the chrome off a decent airbrush. There's no point. You don't need it. You can strip an airbrush down and clean it with airbrush cleaner and a fucking brush.
Yes, Dark Denigan, I've got a child called Table Saw. It's a little elf living in my garage doing woodworks for me.
2 pencils on your desk? Oh, luxury. You lucky bastard.
Is this now ending up to be a sketch of the Monty Python's...
It's that chip pan thing that YouTubers use. Yeah, Damon. This is one of the things I looked into airbrushes, and people were going, you need an ultrasonic cleaner, and then it turned out what I needed was I'm going to roll back for this fucker. This is beside my ultrasonic cleaner, by the way. This is a thermal mug, and so when I'm airbrushing, I go downstairs and fill this with hot water out of the kettle, and when I come to clean, I use that. I don't use the ultrasonic because warm water is a better cleaner and a faster cleaner than the ultrasonic airbrush, the ultrasonic cleaner for the airbrush. It's just not worth my while. Oh, I've not opened this in a while. Oh, hello, water. It's all thermally and good. Anyway, so yeah, you just, if you need an ultrasonic, you do. Yeah, and people, people, everyone, myself included, when you're approaching something like an airbrush for the first time, there's a lot of myth, lies, and terror that goes into it. And it's like, you must have this, you must have that. And then after a while, you discover, well, I can make airbrush thinner, airbrush cleaner out of fucking distilled water and some fucking household objects. And if I've got hot water and a fucking thing to spray it into, I'm good to go. So there's some nice information about airbrushing in Horatio's project there. And I had to say, if people are thinking of getting an airbrush or they've got one and they're just not using it, because I remember at one point before I joined OTT, I went up one day and I got John to show me how to do bits and bobs. And it was at that point I realized John wasn't that much more conversant with an airbrush than I was. It's very much a turn the pressure up and force the paint through. And it's, you just practice, learn it yourself, and learn, because your own compressor and your own airbrush and the way you thin the paints makes so much difference. So you'll find that you're better off just trying it yourself than worrying about how other people do it.
Yeah,
Oh,
I promise,
100 Becker.
as soon as I've got
Fucking great.
some space again in my garage and the temperatures are above freezing, I'll do it.
Yeah, well, you can do that. The hot tub pictures are great. But yeah, why would you run over a brush in a car, you filth wizard soup?
You loony.
Oh my god.
Well,
Yep, bin, rag, water, and off you go. Yeah.
should we go on to other people's stuff?
Yep. You can't make me, but I will, because
You're a nice person. At
well, I don't think that's ever been
proven.
actually confirmed in any way, shape, or form. But yeah.
So I've seen the title card
how
for
did
this.
Steambeck run over the brush of the car? The fiends. Absolute fiends.
What's he up to again? Ewok kebab.
Well,
Why?
what do you mean why? Shut the fuck up.
Why?
We've seen this in the House of Water #BestHouse. There is a meme that stormtroopers can't hit anything and red shirts can't survive anything. So what would happen if they fight? And Ewok has decided to answer this question by making stormtroopers and Star Trek red coats or red shirts fight each other in some sort of game that he's going to do. And for this, I will fucking love every bit of this. The minute he put down all his Star Trek figures, went, here's my Star Trek figures, and I've just printed out 20 odd stormtroopers. You're going, well, this is fucking awesome. Absolutely awesome.
Yeah, we need a battle report on that. And
yeah. No, I think he's using. Well, he says he's using 7TV. I don't know if he's going to do anything off kilter or whatever to make it make sense. But when it's like when an immovable object hits by a unstoppable force, what happens? In this case, when you've got an untargetable object shooting at a fucking glass force, what will happen? So I'm hoping for a lot of characters dying of old age in the battle report.
now, what will happen is the stormtroopers will hit nothing, and the red shirts will all trip over something and just do a Wilhelm scream and fell flat on their faces.
What was at the bottom of this mug to do that?
The spider from the ceiling.
That's not right. I don't put milk or anything in my... I shouldn't have some sort of skin. I'm going to keep drinking that, mind you, because I'm not wasting whiskey, but honestly, what the fuck did that? It's like a pencil being fucking sharpened in there.
Oh, God. We're not nearly halfway through our list for today.
No, that's true. We're in our tightly scripted half hour. Don't worry about it.
And my coffee is already empty. So,
yeah.
with great regards, yes.
No.
As a
Why
bottle.
would you do that? No.
With a turn
Quickly.
cap.
We'll move on. Amanda's next. She's doing a duck. Quickly.
It's orange.
Right.
Just...
Okay. Oh, thank fuck. Sorry, I was about to link the next one after Amanda's. About to hammer through these in the next 30 seconds. All right, then. Anyway, yeah. Ewok. Yep. Be looking forward to seeing what you're up to.
Amanda, struggling with a problem with her right hand, and is coming up with a rather ingenious idea on how to cope with it.
Yeah. Obviously, Amanda's in the comments, so can probably chime in on this one anyway. But I remember being asked a while ago, somebody in another gaming group I'm in was saying that they had difficulty holding a paintbrush, and so they were trying to find a way to actually paint that was within their realms of capability, at which point I went, well, you could use that Oromaru moldable plastic, the blue stuff people call it, because Green Stuff World found it and then went, well, we'll just fucking sell our own version. But it's one of these things where when you have a disability, you have to find ways to manage around it. And it means you may be in a position where you can't do what other people do, whether it's actual fine painting or even assembly itself. I know there's a great guy in the Kings of War community down in, I think, Wicklow, Nav. And Nav's, he's an elderly gentleman, and he just doesn't have the brush control and capability of holding a brush for any length of time. And he hammers out paint jobs like you wouldn't believe. And when you look at them, you're going, well, you know, they're not the greatest paint jobs, but Nav, obviously, he paints his stuff in a style that he can achieve, and he does weird shit like builds all his bases to do like a Cranog or a goblin ship or whatever it happens to be. But it's something that a lot of the time you don't even consider how people can deal with X, Y, and Z. And I remember Ringo. So Ringo Simpkins, for anybody in the chat, if anybody in the chat knows Ringo Simpkins, fucking well done. Really nice guy. Into his model trains. That's unfortunate, but you can't have everything. But Ringo's actually colorblind. And what he would do is he would pick a color based on the name and then would go ahead and paint them. He did a lot of historic painting. So like Napoleonics, Romans, whatever. Even though he couldn't see the final results that other people were seeing, he was working on the principle of like, if I pick this, and this color, these are the right ones for the right areas, and after that, get fucked, because I don't know. So having to the most explosive lessons ever. So it wasn't Sidlow, was it? Because he's a fucking legend. Anyway, the first time Jerry's believed it's orange. You mean orange? So.
That took you a while.
Oh, dear me. Don't worry. Data says I won't have to deal with the orange any longer. After this year, I'm fine. But yeah, so Amanda's project here about tackling hobby projects when you've got a disability is really interesting. Whether it's using the unusual paint shaker /
paint launcher.
Paint launcher. There's a lot going on with that. Or just how you apply paint to the miniature. You know, you've got to take achievable steps within your remit, within your capability, within your wheelhouse, and if it means you're doing a couple of steps less, or you're cutting out certain things, you know, whether it's cleanup or whatever, then so be it. Because at the end of the day, you're hobbying for yourself, not for other people. If you're not planning on entering these into award categories for X, Y, and Z, then who gives a fuck if you know, you've got a mold line. Well, clearly, obviously, I do, and Tim has a button for it. But you know, other people, not me, may not particularly worry about that. And it shows that you've got a level you can achieve with your current capabilities, and so be it. You know, go with that.
Yeah, so for everybody who's wondering what's this about, Amanda has problems with her right hand and is now teaching herself how to paint with the left hand. And since the right hand doesn't work as intended, she had to find ways to hold the miniature because, well, we all only have two hands. And unless you're a monkey and can hold things with your feet...
Or you've got one hand, like a Perry brother.
Yeah, exactly.
If, for example, you'd got drunk at a Napoleonic reenactment and then got into a speed loading competition on a cannon and then lost your arm, anybody who thinks the Perry brother, I think it's Michael, Michael maimed Alan Abel. That's the way to remember them. If anybody thinks Michael is doing the Lord's own work, soldiering on despite that terrible tragedy that happened to him, remember, in the reenactment community, he's a prick because he shouldn't have been doing that. That's how that one goes.
Yeah. And
100%. And when the ramrod leaves the cannon barrel with your arm still attached, you've only yourself to blame. So in the wargaming community, everybody remembers that White Dwarf going, "Oh, terrible tragedy," and the reenactment community went, "Fucking deserved it."
Yeah.
That's how those two hobbies broke down there.
But to be fair, he doesn't need the Universal Werkstückhalter that's Amanda using, because he has some kind of mechanical claw.
Well, he doesn't have he had a
well, at least that's
added.
the extension he uses when he's at tactical sculpting in front of people.
Yeah. Well, I remember he just had an analog claw when he originally got it up. Although I will say he had to transfer from right-handed to left-handed, but at the same time, the nuns and priests in Ireland helped an awful lot of people learn how to write and sculpt with their right hand when they were actually left-handed. And you just do that by beating them every time they attempt to pick up the pencil or tool with the wrong hand.
Here we go.
Like some sort of fucking devil. Creepy. What the fuck are you doing there with your sinister hand? Say 15 Our Fathers and 25 Hail Marys, and then you'll be beaten to within an inch of your life and buggered by the priest later on. I'll teach you. And
with that happy note, will you please go on to the next
we'll go on to the next one in a minute, though, because I just seen Amanda saying, so it's the hobby paint shaker shit then? Because I've bought one of these cheap vortex mixers and a cappuccino stirrer to do jerry can on paint mixing devices. My cappuccino stirrer cost me £3. My vortex mixers thing cost me £30. I need to start fucking expensing this stuff. I spend a fortune on wank that I don't need for myself. Anyway, I've not got around to the Green Stuff World one, but I was thinking about just grabbing one from the store if we had any.
Do you also have a nail polish shaker?
Spinning a paint does not work very well. That's interesting because Vallejo is supposed to be spun, not vibrated. So when I paint
the Vallejo paint go back and forth.
Myself,
yeah, but that's a back and forth motion. So the paint actually stays in motion while the bottle goes the other way.
The bottle just keeps spinning.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay.
So and that's why it will not work.
Well, there you go. Cheap vortex mixer from 20 quid off AliExpress. Blah 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 blah. Okay. Add some balls.
The proper vortex mixers, even used one from Chemical Labs, are bloody expensive.
Yeah, but to be fair, the proper vortex mixers, they're not having to deal with cunts who just can't be arsed shaking in a pot of paint. They are supposed to be. I mean, when you're attempting to mix something for X, Y, or Z in the chemistry or biology, and if I want a thing properly mixed, and the outcome of this is the current ongoing pandemic will fuck us all, I don't mind spending 100 quid for that.
Yeah, it's
if I'm mixing a pot of paint and going, £30 seems excessive.
It's like using a company professional level drill to hammer in one small screw into a wall for picture.
Yeah. Soap's got one of the proper ones, 100 quid. Yeah, I mean, it's blah blah blah.
To be fair, if I had the spare cash, one of those would be on my list, very much high up there, simply because they're even less quieter than the cheap £30 one you got. Well,
if you say so. It vibrates the fuck out of the desk, so
yeah, but
my desk sits on the floor.
Yeah, but the mixer itself usually has some kind of dampening, because otherwise it would just rattle off the table.
I'm not buying one of the big ones. I can't even be arsed using the fucking small one. Orinoco. Oh, I have to stop you there. Because last year... No, shut up. Last year, we were discussing paint mixing, and Shay found a 10-pound kids washing machine.
Oh, those toys, yeah.
That's like this big, and you open the door and it's big enough to hold a Vallejo / Army Painter style of 18mm dropper bottle. And I went in one day and he got this and he closed it and he went meh, and it rotated and vibrated while little colored beads bounced around. He went, "That's my paint mixer." And they hinted about it on a weekender once fucking months ago, and they've never talked about it since. And it was like, we'll not say anything until we can show it off, and they've just never done it. And now, Orinoco, that's exactly what I'm thinking of. The washing machine from Amazon that Shay puts his paint in and then just like rotates. It's great.
I think I need to go when my kid is in school and look at her toy cupboard, because I know she has one of those.
Oh, it's great. I mean, the fact that Shay's never bothered doing anything. I can't remember. There was an idea that Shay would do like a fucking 3-color up or a something where he would use that, but clearly 5 months later, I've seen it today actually. 5 months later, and it's just sitting on a fucking shelf. It's doing fuck all.
Oh,
banana washer.
Don't talk about the banana washers.
Banana washers are amazing. Oh, Q Skin. I tell you what. What I really want to do.
3, 2, 1, fire!
No, don't get rid of him. We're really hoping to move into Russia, a Q Skin. So if there's anything you could do with helping to promote the channel amongst people who can't buy eggs and are one step away from fucking freezing to death as they have their illegal war in Ukraine, that would be amazing. Wondering if you could just help us out on that.
People, if you're really interested, don't look up banana washers. Please.
Oh, definitely look up banana washers.
It's.
Why would you eat a banana that hasn't been washed? You freak.
It's like
I wash all my bananas.
Grandfather's clock and not looking at what you're typing.
That's a song. My grandfather's clock was too long for the shelf, so it stood 90 years on the floor.
Hello, Storm and Wolf, and also wait. Chat went.
Accused Skin 5.
The Hobby Lodge.
No. Why are you not talking to Accused Skin 5, who was going to sort us out in Russia?
Because
if he didn't get pushed off a balcony or poisoned with his tea or something.
Because I pushed him off our balcony.
Oh, you are the worst. Absolute worst.
Jawohl.
So mean. So mean.
Don't tempt me. There's still brown lemonade in the...
I will cut you. Anyway.
in the fridge.
No, he's only got like one screen. He can barely fucking use that jam. Don't confuse him. Anyway,
I tried,
so yes,
but Disco isn't working for some fucking reason.
Yeah, well, fuck yourself. So yeah, I really like Amanda's project because it shows not everybody has the same capabilities that other people do, and finding ways to counteract those still produces lots of really good results. So I love it. Love it. Why are you huffing? Why are you doing... Because I'm not going to wank off while people are watching, just because you're making heavy breathing noises.
Well, sadly, Discord decided to work, and I've seen what Nick and James Scotts have put up there.
Dum.
Oh god, I hate you.
Why would you hate that? Look, Donald Sutherland's enjoying it. Although I think he's saying it's a bit hot, turn it down.
God, I hate you so much.
What? Excuse me.
Excuse you.
Oh, dearie me, my. How's the moonstone coming, by the way?
Oh god.
Also, I appear to have given everybody the cold over the airwaves, making me very similar to Langstrom from Red Dwarf with the holovirus.
Yeah, we're all dying here. Dark Denigan, Code Blade,
Sweet.
doing a cyberpunky game. So if I understand this correctly, these
Such a good
miniatures
game.
come from a game that has somehow flown on the radar for most people?
I don't think it's flown under the radar. I think it came out, nobody really got into it, and then it died in its arse.
Oh, okay. Well, that's pretty much the definition if you're beneath the grass.
Yeah, they're so beneath the radar that it doesn't exist anymore. Hint is Nakatomi Tower. I can't remember what H and I stand for. High Impact Nakatomi Tower? High Karate? No, that's a type of aftershave.
Oh, have you seen the advent calendar of Nakatomi Tower?
Yes, I have.
It's not Christmas until Hans Gruber hits the ground.
That's the one. That's the one.
Friend of mine got that one. Actually very jealous of that.
I honestly have no idea. I thought there should still be sweets in it. I'm not sure. It's very strange. Oh, Martin, I'm waiting for the. I know the Kickstarter isn't coming until the end of the first quarter, which means I've got several months to actually paint what I have. So
good one. That makes us laugh.
Anyway, I've got a
editor. Cut this.
Oh, my editors do the Lord's own work when it comes to cutting stuff out. They fucking don't even pay attention to what I'm saying. I've got the Archon, Land of the Giants, and Elven Wood sets. I did unboxings of them before Christmas, and I'm looking at them going, these are just, you know what these are? These are just fucking Moonstone stuff. That's all I'm doing. I'll just make a load of Moonstone trees, load of Moonstone rocks, and some creepy shade-esque Moonstone runes for when the shades come out. So yeah, you're down to 5 unpainted. You know what the weird thing is? There's a fucking the gnome faction. Princess Joanna has a squirrel companion called Ragnar. I don't own her.
Oh God!
I've never bought her. I don't know why.
The squirrel scared you?
No, I don't think so. So at some point, I'm probably going to have to get that.
Jerry measures his unpainted plastic in tonnage rather than spruce.
Oh fuck yeah! I'm not going to count. Not going to count that many sprues. You mad?
1, 2, 3, many more.
It's the same as going to the supermarket. You know, you buy by weight. You don't count the amount of things. It's like cigarettes and stuff. You just give me 500 grams of cigarettes. So anyway,
there's a message for me in that project. He says
there might be. You don't know. So this was. I think we alluded
to it. If this ever appears in the unofficial Hobby Hangout, particularly before I get the metals, I will have to hack into my system and disable mode lines button. Lucky you that my button only does audio. Only audio. So, good on you.
I mean, I have to say, is the old hammer stuff worth getting into? Yeah, no, I don't think so. I love Warhammer to bits. I could quote you chapter and verse of pretty much every edition for the last 30 years, and at the moment I'm just going, So you broke everything, Dad. But what I will say, we alluded to this in, I think we were giving a butt ding last week, and the guys from Codeblade contacted Warren via the medium of Facebook and went, we've got this cyberpunk game coming, it'd be great. And then Warren tagged me and Lloyd and went, how about this, lads? This would be great. We could play this. What do you think? We could play it with Star Wars figures. To which Lloyd responded,
nah.
why the fuck wouldn't we just play it with Cyberpunk figures? And Warren's response was, is Cyberpunk a thing?
He didn't.
I don't know what Cyberpunk is. Is that a thing? So
Huh?
I've got 3 Artel hydrophilia factions. The Japanese, the police, and the street gang, and they're all cyberpunky. But it was just when Warren was just going, "We do this with Star Wars."
Please tell me he was joking.
There was no joke. So there's nobody. There was nobody there to see that joke. There was just me and Lloyd going, "Cyberpunk," and Warren going, "What?"
He's aware of Blade Runner, isn't he?
Only insofar as it's like Star Wars, because it's got Han Solo in it.
Oh, fucking.
Oh my god.
Do androids dream of sheeps? And does Warren know about...
Oh.
Warren, mate, seriously. You need to catch on your reading on that one.
Oh. Lordy. Lorks and lordy. Why man come steal our fields? So yeah.
I'm going to have nightmares tonight.
I'm prepping for the off as far as Codeblade goes, to fire out 3 factions worth of cyberpunk stuff for us.
I mean, even if he hasn't heard about cyberpunk itself, surely he has heard about Shadowrun.
I don't think so. Why would he? Shadowrun was the pale man's imitation of cyberpunk. I mean, if you're not a role player, and he's not, why would he have heard cyberpunk or Shadowrun?
Basically, because
I've got clippy things and stuff. Dan, don't worry about it, mate.
Yeah, the game with Keanu Reeves and Shadowrun, the game on the Xbox, which presumably both had, and I mean, seriously, that's a piece of... That's like saying you don't know what Star Trek is.
Oh, don't worry. There's a Star Trek game coming for that away missions. I look forward to the complaints at the end when I go, "May the Force be with you." It's the little things in life that amuse me, like my penis.
I can one-up you on that. When the Vulcans do their weird hand greeting. Nanu.
Oh, man. I hadn't even thought of that. Oh, that would have been fucking perfect.
Because Vulcans only do
Nanu.
Single pose, but Nanu.
Oh, my God.
I know, Morph isn't from Orc. He's a Romulan. That's a Romulan secret handshake.
Orc calling Orson. Come in, Orson.
Mindy. God, how long has that been?
A couple of years ago. Give all the red shirts different names from other IPs. That would be great.
Harry. Gandalf.
So all of them. Oh, again, for the Star Trek Away Missions crowd, do you know that there's a Star Trek Away Mission tutorial on YouTube done by Battlefront? Gale Force 9, the people who made it. And if you don't, you need to go and watch it, because they've got somebody in who's like a voice actor to do the voiceover, and what they're supposed to be is Captain Picard. However, they can't do Captain Picard, but they can do a very good Gandalf. And yes, Patrick Stewart and Ian McKellen are friends, but they're not the same person. So the whole time you've got, "I'm not trying to hurt you. I'm trying to help you. style of Gandalfy slow whispering talk throughout the entire thing, and it sounds nothing like Jean-Luc, but sounds 100% like fucking Gandalf.
So Gandalf is ordering Earl Grey.
It's 10 minutes of Gandalf explaining how Star Trek works, and you're just left going, why? Why is Gandalf telling me this?
This evening has brought me now to using an empty coffee mug to get myself a shot of whiskey.
Yeah,
I can't take it.
Go nuts. I'm way ahead of you. Well, you can. I can't because I'm banned from the YouTubes now, but I can't imagine they've deleted it since they've released the Star Trek Away missions last year. Can we get Picard telling us? Well, there's no point in them telling you how Legion works because it's about to hit a fire sale. So, dead to us.
I think I didn't pour enough.
No. Anyway.
Skull.
Prost.
Yeah.
So yeah, Cyberpunky. By the way, I'd like to point out, I picked all of these last week before I was inoperably fucked by whoever gave me this fucking shitty bug. I'm going to guess my sister. She's the worst. So the fact that some of these are last week's golden buttons, I'm not taking them out of the Hobby Hangout. They belonged here first. Just saying. I picked these before Ben picked his, and I'm not removing them because he's copying me. He is the Nazi party to my Tory party.
Crispin, your line.
He is the Winston Churchill to my Adolf Hitler.
So there's a nice little Spidey.
Yeah, Necrothrall, who apparently is a younger, better-looking version of me.
I'm guessing he's from the evil dimension. He's a horrible person.
I just like to think it's some sort of Arnold Schwarzenegger sixth day thing going on there. Hang on a minute. I've got those glasses. They're right here. Let me just pop those on. And then he's that way. So if I... How's that work for people at home?
Terribly.
Oh, no, my picture. Unfortunately, there's like a 5-second delay, so I can't tell. Fuck yous. I'm not doing that again. Oh, I've crippled myself. Anyway. So yes, Necrothrall. He's been doing some spidery things.
That's a big spider.
It's a fucking massive spider.
And look, he's people can't see this because it's way far to the left. He's using that terribly Green Stuff World brush cleaning apparatus.
Yeah, well, you say that. He might not be. He might just have bought one of those off eBay or the internet before Green Stuff World stuck their name on it and then charged 20 quid for it.
I don't think so.
Yeah, it's one of the encounter boxes for, what do they call it? Epic encounters. So this is a
Epic Encounter Spider Tyrant from Steamforge Games.
Yeah, I worked that out without having to read it by just closing my eyes and trying to remember what the fucking cover of the boxes is. But it's big creepy spider, and it's going to be part of some sort of racist drow elf type of thing.
Or Dungeonelia.
Yeah.
Which is a weird concept. Still haven't figured that out.
What's that?
Dungeonelia.
It's a weird concept.
Yeah.
It's really simple. It's all about the anals for your dungeons.
So a gallery of butt plugs.
That would also work. Was that you on the news saying a risky? What? Who? What?
Also, that washing thing is from Game Stuff World because we can see there's the Stuff World.
Oh, it's got a sticker on it.
Yep. It's the wrong way around, so It's definitely the mirror dimension.
It depends how neat you are and how tidy you are, Martin. I'm not. I use uh, I use a jar that at one point had coffee in it. I think Sainsbury's Gold Blend coffee, um, and it's clean now because I cleaned it yesterday. But
It
that
was coffee brown yesterday.
oh no, it was some sort of greenish butt plug water style thing, and will remain so for weeks because I have a terrible tendency to very slowly clean things. I'll get them dirty as fuck very quickly, but they'll take a long time before I can be arsed picking up and cleaning it. Other people are much more fastidious and will clean the jar every time, the end of the night it's dirty. Or maybe not even the end of the night. Maybe they go, I'm going to paint metallics now. I'll clean the water and then use metallics and then clean it again so I don't get metallic flecks. No, I can't be arsed. I can understand the idea of you've always got a clean flow of water coming through, so you're not having to worry about contaminating the picture. And to be fair, I have been painting some little iceberg things for possibly an upcoming jerry can, and discovering that there's still color in my water when I'm trying to paint white. It's a pain in the hole. Going, oh, that's not white. That's like an olive green. Oh, that's not what I was expecting for my lovely icebergs. Oh, that's going to have to be reprimed and start again from scratch. So it's over-engineered if you're fastidious. If you're a lazy slob like me, it's probably engineered quite rightly. So you can clean your brush and not have to worry about baby poo, I think is the phrase that Les Bursley used to use for his green-brown wash.
Did I tell this last week or the week before with the gentleman that was telling me, yeah.
You could do. I was in bed last week. No harm.
Or the week
I
before.
didn't watch it. Week before, I was drinking heavily because it was Christmas.
Oh, yes. So the last time we did...
We haven't done this for like a year.
Basically, never mind. I'm going to tell it again. You can't stop me.
Okay, you do.
So somebody on Mastodon asked me about how to get into painting. I gave them some first hints and told them not to worry, but at some point they might be drinking their own painting water, because they ask, why do people have a cup sitting with engraving, not coffee? And I told them, yeah, because usually at some point people using old coffee mugs as paint water holders tend to drink their painting water. And weeks later, I get a private message going, yeah, she considers herself now a professional painter. She just took her first sip of paint water.
Oh, my word.
You're welcome.
Oh, Damon, these days I change it when it's the consistency of fucking tar. When it's got to the point when I have to scrub the bottom because there's so much chaff in there. That's not a bad thing.
Again, I can one-up you on that. My time periods between painting are so long that the water is completely evaporated from my painting mug.
Oh, I see. You need a bigger jar, mate.
It's fine.
If you got a big jar, I changed the water over there after a month and a half, so it was like 6 weeks. Now, I'll also, if I'm not going to be painting for a while, I've got an ogre base that I've not got around to finishing painting the ogres on. So I've just got this, but the bottom of it is lovely plastic. It's like acrylic, and I can just set that over the top, and it keeps the water in, stops it fucking off. So that's how that goes. So for a long period of time, there's a Kings of War ogre base on there. At some point, there'll be a ogre shooter horde on that, because that's what I built it for. But that would require me to finish 5 models, not the 6 that should go in that base, 5, because I put a little stream in there so I wouldn't have to paint 6. Now, I will point out that Mantic have gone ahead and redesigned the ogres and made new ones since I originally made this base somewhere in the region of 12 years ago. Cheeky bastards outpacing my painting with their miniature release.
Oh,
I'm
God.
not gonna be fooled by them. I'm gonna stick with what I've got. Fuck them. And so Negrithral done a giant spiderbug thing, which is kind of cool. Yeah, I think I've got one of those to unbox.
Where do we creep on next to?
I'm gonna creep like a Belgian.
Like who?
Like a Belgian.
Elmir. Doing
Could be.
butt
No,
plug.
he's doing vlog/blog, which he says there by the medium of blog/blog thing. But you've got to go quite far down before he actually has movement. Yeah, I know. Terrible. Anyway, Elmir, talented fucker. I really like his deck design, especially on that Madame Liberty.
Looks a bit like carpet.
It's really nice.
90%.
He's got the old fleur-de-lis there that he's painted on the decking, which is fancy. And I wouldn't have thought of doing that, and wouldn't do if you forced me. Fuck you. I just like it. I like his French because his French are so extravagantly flamboyant. It's like, you know, I mean, they're one step away from smoking a cigarette with a filter while sitting on a table in black and white. That's how extravagant his French are. I also like his Madame Liberty there has got the Torch of Liberty leveled and is about to cannon the fuck out of somebody. So yeah.
All he needs is a baguette.
Oh, baguette for scale. You wouldn't be able to see it on it. It's too fucking... There might be a baguette for scale there, but it'd be so small we can't see.
Yeah, that's for sure a painting scheme that's getting you noticed on tables.
Yeah. Even things like the double line wave, or I suppose it would be the crest or the water chopping from the air or whatever resistance is being pushed down to keep these things afloat. So you've got those two tram lines on the waves showing how they're being kept up. It's a really nice touch. It looks very different, and I'm going to criticize John massively, who's painting an Imperium fleet at the moment, when he doesn't do that.
Welcome, Mr. Command Podcast.
I am going to wait till he's actually finished them before I criticize him, so then he can go back and fix it. But
oh, you're so mean.
I'm a delight. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Yeah, when are we getting more ships for the ship game? I mean, boats for the boat game. I don't know. I've painted a fleet that one of the creators, when Chris Pond was across and we were going to film an intro game showing it off, and I went, here's the new box set and here's the additional Crown forces I've painted, and he looked at it and went, Jesus Christ. So if the game works on 1,000 points, and I can't remember what points it works on, but anyway, if the game works on 1,000 points, myself and John painted Crown and Imperium forces at like 8,000 points worth. And he looked at it and went, I go, we've got options. So,
options.
So that's how that goes. We've got plenty of options to go on there.
Well, as long as it works.
Yeah, I imagine it will. I'm going to have to teach Shay how to play it so we can actually get some games on camera, because other people get confused and baffled and then wander off whenever I talk about playing games on camera.
Isn't Shay completely now on to Dry Undead and American Civil War?
Well, he should be on his American Civil War, except I seen the bases sitting there today that weren't attached to anything, so I'm assuming he hasn't done it. It was fucking American Civil War. To be fair, if he fucks around and doesn't, I'll take it all back. because I bought all the miniatures, I bought the rules, and I bought all the bases. Currently, I own everything. And I went, you want to play American Civil War Confederacy? Here's an entire army and all the bases, and I'll teach you how to play the game. And if he doesn't fucking start throwing grey onto stuff soon, I'll just take it all back. And then when it's all painted, I'll go, no, you can play me, you can't. But it's mine when I'm finished. But yeah.
Did he
Hi,
get
Josh. Happy New Year.
did he get himself a box of Dry Undead, that Shay guy little dude?
I don't know, because I didn't bother asking. He, you know, why the fuck would you play fucking the old world, for fuck's sake? All it is GW going, 20 of you can play in my world, and the rest of you just can fuck off. I think that's how it went.
Yeah, more or less.
Cats, absolute cats.
You referred to Moonstone earlier.
The multi-award-winning Moonstone.
Oh, yes, apologies. Multi-award-winning Moonstone, the game.
But yes, yeah, I did, yeah. You're right, I did.
Shall we look at some?
We could do. Sorry, I'm just scrolling back past Elmir's French and into Scandinavians. They're so fucking nice. He's really good. He's from Belgium, you know.
Well, can't hold that against him.
No, we can't. That's spanking.
Not legally.
I made some of those. Yeah, well, okay. Yeah.
Lilo Dada's Multipass.
Multipass. So this is from somebody called
Lochen Boy.
So I think he's from Saudi.
I thought he was Scottish.
It's
Lochen Boy.
difficult to say either way. But he's been working on the multi-award-winning Moonstone. And the most recent couple of updates, which were from end of November last year, were kind of flybys of, I've done everything, look at my entire board, you bitches. Which is great, because A, it shows off all the stuff he's done, and B, it shows an airbrush that Tim is too afraid to use. So that's good.
Also, he's living quite close to you, doesn't he? So you can just nick his stuff.
I mean, in the grand scheme of things, he's closer than you are. There's still a sea between us. It's easier to steal his stuff than Hutch's stuff.
That's the point I was making.
There are degrees of distance as far as theft goes, and yes, you're correct.
Well, technically, you could just send Ben.
It goes like this: I can steal Nick's stuff the easiest because there's no C, and then after Nick it goes Laughing Boy, and then after Laughing Boy it goes into people in Europe. So.
If you could find out Marco's address, I think Marco would be somewhere in between there.
Oh, well, we know he's in Dublin, and we know he backs on the Phoenix Park. We just can't work out exactly where. We will though, Marco. Fuck you. We'll get you at some point.
My proximity to Jerry is the reason I don't buy Moonstone.
Fucking just buy the stuff you can't.
Irish Steve, yeah.
Irish Steve is in there, yeah. And I know I can take him and his wife because they're both much smaller than me. Just like, oh man, there's a barmaid in my local, Lauren, and she is, I'm going to say she's maybe 4'3", so
tiny.
You're talking like 130 centimeters or something. I don't know,
so
something like that.
Than Sam.
It's like fucking. She's ridiculously small, and she was leaving the other night, and people were going, "Oh, she's so small," blah blah blah, and I went, "You see how all of you, look at Lauren and go, she's so small. That's how I look at you." fucking so small.
So she's very tiny.
She's the equivalent of a doll to me, but it was really amusing because everybody was going how small she is, and then I went, that's what you are to me, you can't. They're going, what? They're going, you're fucking midgets. Anyway, so yes, we have degrees. Irish Steve gets Rob first. Nick, you've got enough fucking terrain that I could probably do you over, mate. Don't worry. Laughing Boy and Soup Dodger, and I'm going to start drawing circles out from me as to who gets fucked first when I start thieving all around me. And Hutch, for some unknown reason, in Australia, even though he used to live near Europe, apparently, or in Europe at one point. He wouldn't say for certain which way, but he's now fucked off to the Antipodes, where he can keep hold of his stuff for longer.
Well, you just need to drill down, literally, and just exit on the other side of the planet.
Well, I mean, it must work. They've got plans for space elevator based around the equator. If we do something similar, where I have some sort of
Nick's building a barrier of Simon games to fend you off.
Oh, you son of a bitch. Oh, and it's pronounced Culmini or not. They're just a website for...
people's paid jobs.
That's the one. See? You know, and yet you still refer to them as... Sorry, I can't do that. As you refer to them by the initials, which is not what they are.
Well, that's a German habit. Every time somebody puts together capital letters, it's an abbreviation, and I need to spell it out.
See, but we do that as well. There's a alcohol called Wicked, I believe, in England. It's called WKD, but they call it Wicked, and they have a blue flavor and a orange flavor, and it's an alcopop for like what the kids would drink. And we had people over from England, and we were doing a revamp on the BWS, beers, wines, and spirits in Sainsbury's, and they were going, we've got Wicked, and I looked at them and went, what? We've got Wicked. I went, I'm not following you, mate. And I went, do you mean WKD? And he went, Wicked. I'm going, no. In Northern Ireland, if there's three letters, you pronounce the three letters. RUC, IRA, UVF, WKD.
WTF.
There's no Wicked, there's no of, there's no IRA, there's no rock. We don't call those things. You call it fucking WKD. And nowhere in Northern Ireland has anybody ever asked a barman for Wicked. You go, I want a WKD blue, I want a WKD orange. You ask for them by the full name and the colour. But apparently in England, they come up with mad dog shit where they give them fucking names. It's madness.
To be fair, if somebody would ask me for WKD Blue, I'm thinking about some antifreeze for your car. That's not something to drink.
Well,
it's the same kind of abbreviation like WD-40.
Port and WKD Blue, a cheeky Vimto. Yes. That is 100% a cheeky Vimto soup. You're spot on. MD 2020, Mad Dog 2020. Yep, it's brilliant thing.
So here's my New Year's resolution. I'm going to stop to refer to the abbreviation of CMON as Simon and call them by their full name. The website that is for painting.
There for rating people's paid jobs.
Yes,
that is 100% it.
And I'm going to need a button
and
for
Storming
that
Bush
because
says it's there in the Republic. I see. I was positive it was Northern Ireland, whereas this guy who was from England, they all called it Wicked. Wicked, mate. Wicked. Wicked Blue. Wicked Iron Brew. Yeah, it's Wicked. And presumably that's what they want it to be. That's what the company responsible for.
Wicked. Wicked.
Wicked.
Wicked. Wicked Warwick.
There was a time they put antifreeze in the wine. Well, we learned that from Bart Simpson. That is the worst thing you can do in France.
Wasn't
Put
it Italy?
antifreeze.
I think it was
No,
Italy.
I'm positive it was in France.
Well.
Put antifreeze in the wine.
Wicked Wild Wild West.
The wiki wah wah. Wiki wah wah.
Well, that works.
Yeah, see, Stonewolf. It was France. You're wrong. Just the worst. Why? Why?
Why what?
Do you let the French have Alsace?
Because I wasn't at the table of negotiations?
Oh, you should definitely do something about that. Oh, 100% you should take that. I mean, Alsatians, for fuck's sake, can't get more German than a fucking German Shepherd. And the French,
but they're so
French,
German,
oh.
even we don't want them. It's the same with the Bavarians. Just, no.
They think they're French, though. That's Lorraine. Not to be confused with Lorraine Kelly. Anyway.
Who's next?
I don't know.
If you don't know, I don't know neither.
Well, I'm going to go based on this link that I opened earlier before you start talking nonsense.
So it's Denzian. We looked at this, but he seems to have completed the project.
Yes, the project is 100% complete. I didn't want it to go away. I think we may have given him a prize. Oh no, maybe it was just an honourable mention.
I think it was an honourable mention.
This is the problem. See, I got voted down on a lot of things. Obviously, the Judge Dredd Gangs of Mega City 1 style game behind me is an amazing game. It's so fucking good that they reprinted it.
It stands the test of time.
It 100% stands the test of time. They reprinted it and it was fucking great.
Yeah,
and
but it also works in the past without
so many people have come up to Korean and have been made play it by sexy, handsome people with long hair and beards. And they've all gone, it's a great game.
Oh, I never was to Korean.
And shut up. And so Denzian, who plays his trade as some sort of history bitch, decided to remake the Gangs of Meg City 1 Judge Dredd game
Nottingham,
based on terrible cants in Nottingham who kicked off and need to be fucked with. And this was fucking great because all of the perps are perps from Nottingham in the past. You can find out exactly what the Royd sisters were up to. Some sort of terrible Calverton cult of fuckers. There's a whole slew of them. They then got together, dressed suitably. Well, some of them dressed suitably, and then the blokes just, dragging their arse through the mud, not really bothering to fucking do the job. Just saying, guys, let the side down.
Would you look at that table? People drinking weird fizzy drinks, eating Pringles and Skittles.
But none of them on the brown juice.
What a shame.
Well, it's not that much of a shame.
But I'm pretty sure people would have liked to have some brown lemonade.
No, the crimes were put together, the people were there, and the map itself was redesigned to actually follow on from Nottingham. Well, where's your mind, Nick? Oh, man. WKD just out of shot. That would be terrible. But did he get a fuck? He didn't. He didn't, and he should have. I should have told Ben to fuck himself whenever he was offered something. I imagine Ben said somebody else was better, and he lied. Denzian, you were better, but Ben beats me if I don't let him have his way. But
Ben sends
he's so
Warren
bad.
to sit on you.
Oh, he's Ben's vicious. We share a room, and then I come back drunk, and then he just beats the cunt out of me. I end up battered and bruised, more purple yellow. It's terrible. But it's just everything about it. It's the attention to detail, breaking Nottingham down into the areas, finding all the people who had kicked off in Nottingham, and then their requisite crimes that they committed, and then just essentially playing out Dread, but in Nottingham with a bunch of people from a museum. It's just fucking genius. It's absolutely genius.
It is. And Jill, I don't think we can refer to Ben as the Badger King. I think that's just a cover operation. He surely is some kind of Rat King.
Oh, what a shit. What an absolute shit. But yeah, I mean, just that, because if you're not interested in Judge Dredd and don't care about the game, and I mean, Richard's game is a fucking astoundingly good game, and I'm very lucky to have met him, and it's a terrible shame that he's passed. But if you knew nothing about the history of the Judge Dredd game, if somebody was at a museum or library in Nottingham and you were told that you were going to be trying to stop crimes in and around Nottingham, and you're looking at it and you're going, well, I know that place, I know that place, I know that place, and then they're going, well, here's the perp, here's Annie Matthews at the Arms House kicking off, setting fire to it, whatever it is. You've got all of those touchstones, and it's just a great way of teaching people about local history via the murky side. And as we know from things like horrible histories, it's the murky, dingy, nasty side that kids remember. You know, they don't remember interesting things that happen in the town, because interesting things that happen in your town are generally boring as fuck. You know, you don't go, oh, well, in 1781, they were giving a £400 grant by somebody to build a new facade on the church. Nobody gives a fuck. Whereas if you go in 1693, the plague came to town, and it was brought into town by a parish beadle who came coughing and spluttering out of London. And he was the first person to fucking vomit over everybody, and then their heads exploded. So
Yeah.
I love that.
Something, the whole town burned to a crisp.
Yeah, and they ended up with melty cheese. So yeah, I just love Denzel. He's a sexy man with sexy ideas. I love you.
Brains are sexy. You heard it here first.
Yep. Executed a guy for murder and made a notebook from his skin. See? Shit like that. That's I mean, I'm on the next fucking ferry to Scotland. I don't even know where Jill is, but you know,
you need to see that book.
A skin notebook. Fucking get in there. Fill your boots. It's going to be awesome. Awesome. Yep. That's what I said.
Black Seas by Firelock, and I'm pretty sure I know why you selected this project. Because it's full of terrible rigging.
Yeah. This is a whole slew of boats that have been rigged by somebody, which means I don't have to. And that is, I believe, exactly how that works. If somebody else rigs a boat, then you don't have to.
A very tiny boat.
Yeah, well, there are one to, I want to say the one to 700. Okinawan is 1 to 600. But, pardon me, there's a little video in there showing you how to rig your boats if you need to rig your boat. Satan.
Bless you.
You're welcome. The rigging sells these. Well, they might sell them to somebody. Don't sell them to me. They sell them to me without rigging, and then I just go, I need to put rigging on my boat. However,
These tiny boats remind me of a Netflix series we were just watching. Was about pirates.
The Wire?
No, real pirates.
Oh.
The Age of Pirates, that's the one.
Age of Pirates.
Yeah, it's a pseudo-documentary.
Documentary about the Pirate Bay and people in Sweden.
No, well, pirates in the Caribbean about 1717. Yeah, about almost like that.
Is it the Bill and Skull show?
No.
But he was in one of those pirate things where he was doing Bill and Skull things. Yep.
Can't remember.
Just before he was teaching Shin Hattie that the dark side and light side were balls, I think he was Blackbeard.
The weirdest thing about this documentary was they had some.
I think he was in that. So I think it was Black Sails.
Some shots about flybys in London Harbour in 1770, and I think they used that shot every episode at least 3 times.
Sorry, I just seen Nick's pyrites, the naturally occurring disulfide mineral. Everybody gets fooled by fool's gold once, Nick. But now, anytime anybody says pirates to me, I will not be thinking of anything except pyrite, which is just a win in and of itself. I've got a sample of pyrite somewhere. It's a very cubular structure.
Yeah.
For anybody who collects minerals, it's good. It's good times.
It's called cat's gold in Germany, I think.
Fool's gold in English.
Well, that's potentially better, though. Cat's gold is interesting. Seems like it could be worth something. What?
But yeah, Firelocks ships. They're really nicely done. It shows off just how well they look if you can be arsed. Now, I will say most people can't be arsed because that's a lot of arse. It's a lot of arse to be getting on, and that's one boat. And if you've got fucking loads of them to do, I mean, why the fuck?
Good luck.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Could you imagine? As Ethan said, "You dumb bastard! That's not a schooner; it's a sailboat." But what I did discover the other day was somebody has done 3D models, STD files that you can download that have all of the seals on them for these boats.
Could we refer to STLs as ones and zeros and not as STD?
Oh no, I'm going to refer to them as STDs, standard template design, like Games Workshop wanted us to when they first came up with it back in the late 80s. So your STDs means you don't have to deal with putting the cardboard seals on like Firelock has. I mean, those cardboard seals are shit. Having done 2 fleets worth when I played Lance, they're a bastard to get the glue on, and they don't stay on particularly well. So if you want to replace your boat masts with full 3D printed ones with seals furled or unfurled, somebody has done this on the interwebs, so you can just replace those all. What are you doing that for?
Well, where are we sailing now? I think we have one more for the children.
Kevin Smith should do a pirate movie, Mall Rat Lines. That'd be great. Why was I think? Oh, because of Kevin and Ethan. Yeah, that makes sense. You dumb bastard. It's a sailboat. Schooner is a sailboat, dummy. You know what? There is no Easter Bunny. It's just a guy in a suit. Oh, Ethan Oakley, is that it? He's some sort of mad fucking Raj head these days. Fucking full on Rajin.
Oh, look.
Nighty
It's
Stormin.
the old
Tatty Pie.
world.
What? Who? What? Lovecraft 2020. All the more impressive because he's a cat with no opposable thumbs.
So, Lovecraft is doing a troll of some kind.
Yeah.
Attack on Skull Pass, I think.
That is the Skull Pass troll. I think I've got fucking 5 of them in the roof loft. At some point, I'll take them off the sprues. I won't. Who can be honest?
I've got one of those, and I've got that to make a conversion to have him hold a human Blood Bowl player on top of his head.
Right. You
Never
weirdo.
got around to do the conversion.
You super weirdo. I just bought multiple copies of the core game because, Christ, that was cheap for those miniatures.
Don't try getting that troll now.
No?
You're going to have to sell a liver.
Really?
Yes, they go for exorbitant amounts of money for whatever reason.
Sorry. Just you scroll through what he's doing while I check out the eBay for the troll from Skull Pass. No, he's only a tenner.
Yeah, but that's for a readily available monopose one-off.
Yeah. Well, that's all he was.
Yeah, but £10 for one little piece of plastic.
Yep.
Oh, no,
I mean, it's bull. To be fair, there's some cunt asking for £36 for it, plus a £5 fucking postage, so 40 quid. Get fucked.
Yeah, there are people.
Can you send messages to people? Contact seller. I'm just gonna contact him. Get fucked. Where are you? You're in York. You fucking god awful brick.
Oh look,
Communicate on eBay and be respectful at all times. I don't think so. No, fucking £40 for a plastic troll. You oh my fucking god.
Look, a ballista on a square base.
I'm going to send this, but just in case this doesn't go through people, it's War Daddy Miniatures. So War Daddy Miniatures on eBay is asking 40 quid for a fucking plastic one-piece troll. You can also tell them to get fucked.
Pro painted.
Pro painted or eBay pro painted. Well, as I said to a friend years ago when he was looking at these things and going, this is a ridiculous price to pay for that paint job. How dare they say they're pro painted? And I went, well, professionals get paid for their work. Amateurs just do it for the love of it. The fact that they're charging you means that they're professionals. And he went, oh, well, in that regard, then technically, yes, that is a professional paint job.
Yeah,
it's a shit one, though.
It's
Well,
always how you spin it.
Oh, man. Oh, you can't even... Well, people at home might be able to see War Daddy's pro-painted Battle for Skull Pass Troll Rare out of production old hammer. That's fucking shite. Oh, my God. I hope you walk into traffic, War Daddy. You are balls. Oh, cancer's too good for you. Oh, fuck me.
Oh.
I just remembered I can link this to everybody so you can all take the piss out of him.
He's not even selling one of those.
What?
He's not selling one of those. He's selling 4.
Oh my Christ, is he? I can't even see that. It just says used. Oh, and if you fucking paid that, you have been used. Oh, I would go so far as to say you've been raped.
Let me show you.
Oh my God.
Professional painted fantasy skull. Top 3, 1, 2, 4.
It's not even fucking £40. I've just realised it's over £40.
42.50 euros plus 70.25 shipping.
Oh, well, I mean, if you're If you're ordering in the UK, then you're getting a bargain because it's only £41. No, 41.25, 41.26. Fuck me, random.
That's why I said
Oh,
that thing is bloody expensive.
feel free to send him. Don't forget, people, you can contact seller on the right there and just go, "What the fuck?" I'll make you an offer. I will send you jizz in a bag.
So if I'm
What
just
if I
looking,
shit in a jiffy?
if
and
I'm
send
just
it to you?
looking at miniatures from Germany, it's still 23 euros for
Ah,
the unpainted plastic.
why would you do that?
It's
You've got me distracted. We were looking at an actual real person and their paint
Yes.
jobs.
see
You
there,
Utter cunt.
there he is back again.
Yeah, let's go back to go back to this project. It's got other stuff in there.
Does he?
Yes.
we
Why
looked at
on that?
prior.
Oh,
the
you're the
Warboss?
worst. He's got fucking actual bolt throwers on square bases.
I just told you
Umbra.
that. I showed you that. You didn't react.
No, because you told me to go off and fucking look and see how much these cunts
Nah.
are charging on eBay. And I discovered that War Daddy, like fucking business daddy, is taking the piss.
Chet, tell him that I showed him this
No,
picture
there's
and
no
that I
point.
talked about square bases. Shut up. I will send you
Squares.
the video file.
I won't watch it.
Well, that's on you then.
I hope you realize that.
No,
I
I
won't
don't.
watch that.
I live in ignorant bliss.
Look at his little tiny snotling fucking pump wagons. I will say they're on the wrong size base, but you know, GW probably changed that in the last edition. Brackets, I know they did.
Maybe he's using them for Blood Bowl.
I don't care. In that case, they're even worse for Blood Bowl. They're even more wrong if they're for Blood Bowl.
A tiny bit.
Fucking massively so. Look how fucking long they are.
Yeah. But they do look better than the current Blood Bowl ones, even though they are nice, but this one is actually looking proper.
All you heard was you have cash in the attic. No. That's... Oh my god. Why would you? Huh? What? It's a terrible TV show. If they come near me, I will cut Dion Dublin. Actually, to be fair, I'll cut Dion Dublin even if he doesn't come near me. He's fucking got the thing. Scroll down. Scroll down. Keep scrolling. You can't.
We were here last.
No.
Whatever.
No, you stop scrolling. You utter gypsy.
We
Past
have
that. Past that. Past that. Stop. That's the fucking Avatars of War Goblin that I was pointing out that I couldn't see last week because it was black and I couldn't see it whenever I was talking about the fucking Avatars of War. It's that's the shaman you're looking at. That's the one that you can't get on that Kickstarter because they're not using the shaman. They're just doing
now
fighters.
the circle
Now
is complete.
the circle is complete. Oh my god. It's all tightly scripted. What a great 30 minutes.
Have you contacted them on their Kickstarter page and asked them why you can't
No.
get it?
No, if I contact them on the Kickstarter page, my question will be 11 years ago, you were doing a thing for dwarves and I backed it and you never produced them. That would be my question.
Well,
They never made them.
I think that the next Kickstarter I'm reasonably excited for is the Halfling Joust tournament.
From... What?
You did.
What's going on?
You don't
Who?
know?
Leshen?
No.
TT Combat. They've released all their halflings.
Yeah, but they're doing a Kickstarter for a game that is a Halfling jousting tournament.
Oh, it seems dull.
Let's see. Where is it?
Oh, there's no point in looking. I don't care. I've got 2 different halfling armies from Westphalia.
Oh, they haven't started
German, so
the Kickstarter yet. So
better in many respects. I got a undead jester.
Oh no, why is he undead?
Somebody resurrected him. I don't know. I knew he existed. Hecklemeyer and Styx. I think it was one of the Reaper birthday ones they did that was like limited edition. But really, I just got it because the person doing it got fucking things. Fucking things. I've got things so I can measure stuff. Look, I've been looking for them so long. You'll see them in an unboxing near you soon. I got two because there was already one in my cart from when I found them like 6 years ago, and then lost them again. And when I found them, I put one in the cart, and then I went, oh well, I need to get up to shipping, so I'll get the Reaper Undead Jester, and then I ordered it and discovered that there was two because one was in the cart from fucking years ago when I fucking found them and then lost them. so I've got two. So it's good. It's good times.
I'm pretty sure you're aware of this already. You probably have chimed in.
I think you'll find, Mr. Bond, that I was there when it was in single figures. So yes, I have backed the Elven. There's a free Raven for me because I'm a patron backer for their 3D print thing. Something.
1 gold piece.
Yep. I've been backing that since it started. I've never downloaded a single fucking STD file. Fucking get fucked. Oh, Cave, I love you, but I'm not going to print out any of your stuff. You can get fucked.
Yeah, it's a shame.
Not for me. If they were any good, they'd make them in actual real physical things like these.
If they only had a distributor in Europe, for bloody sake.
They do. I will find it for you.
And it's going to be in the UK, and again, I'm going to
No,
have to...
no, he's German. But yeah, there is a distributor in Europe, in the EU. Let's put it like that, rather than in Europe.
On the mainland.
Is there a link to TT Combat Kickstarter? I wouldn't have thought so. Why would you? Unboxing ruler? No, I should have done an unboxing of the ruler, and the fact that I've got two meant I could have unboxed one and then used the other ruler
To measure the ruler?
to measure the ruler, to show people what it was like as a ruler.
How big it is?
Yeah. Go, here's the ruler. It's this big. And then measure it and go, oh, that's like 6 mil is about 6 mil tall. 15 mil is 15 mil tall. That would have been fucking awesome.
That would be an unboxing for April Fool's Day.
You know what? If I do that and slot it in, what's the betting that Justin would just go ahead and fucking send that out without paying any attention?
Or he might be laughing himself to death while uploading.
No, I don't think so. Miniature Heroes, that sounds about right. I have to go through my bookmarks to find out exactly who it is. Anyway, I'm so happy that I got one. And the fact that I bought it from the company that I'd originally found it from is even better, because it means that I haven't found it and then lost it and bought it from somebody else. I bought it from the person I found it from originally. It just so happens I bought it twice.
So Miniature Heroes is a UK company.
Oh yeah, but not Westphalia. We're talking about Westphalia and my little measuring sticks. It's different things.
Yeah, I was talking about Westphalia Miniatures to have a distributor in Europe, and they don't.
Oh right. No, different. I think I got the fucking things from Miniature Heroes though. I need to go back through and check. Anyway, the important thing is that those Snotling pump wagons are too deep. They should be on 50 mil squares at most.
If you bought from them, I don't find it in their shop.
Oh
It's not under tools. Looking for ruler of the galaxy.
Right, you're gonna make me do this, aren't you?
No,
Absolute
it's
god
empty.
awful fuck. No, fuck you. No.
Yeah, I do.
No, No, no.
Making
me.
happy noises.
Okay. No.
Ah, you're the
So
worst.
that's how that goes. I'm not the worst. How am I the worst?
I'm not talking to you. I'm
Surely
talking to myself.
Winston Churchill is the worst. We've learned
On
that.
tonight's episode, vote for the worst person ever mentioned.
No, it is Miniature Heroes, 19th of December, 1669. That is those two rulers plus that fucking Reaper miniature thing. So 100%. 100%.
Yeah, but
I got
I'm
those
on their
miniature
website
heroes.
now, miniatureheroes.co.uk, and I can't find it. And there's a very short list of tools and equipment.
Oh my god, I fucking hate you.
Yeah,
I hate you more than... I don't hate you more than Churchill, but I hate you.
Go for it. Go all in.
Go all in.
Oh, they sell plinth.
I'm sure they do sell plinths. Fucking
Oh, look.
gypsy.
And they're selling
Gypsy.
plastic flying bases, and the flying base has a picture of the measuring
See?
piece. Yeah, but
See?
they're not selling the measuring
They do
tool.
sell the measuring thing, because I fucking bought two of them, you god-awful prick. Oh my Christ. Jesus. It's like playing poker with my
Maybe their
sister's
shop
kids.
is just shit. Yeah, it's shit.
Yeah.
Because
Oh,
it's not called a ruler, it's a MHS miniature height scale.
Yeah, sure. Whatever the fuck you said.
25 left in store. See?
See?
Told you I would find it.
They were 27 3 weeks ago. I bought two. Look at that. Look how fucking majestic that is. So fucking happy. So
They
happy.
should. That picture is missing a banana man for scale.
I'd like to point out how long it took me to find that again is obscene. It was literally years. That's how big my fucking indie
Backlog.
folder is. Whenever people go, why haven't you done such an indie? It's like, because Christ on a bike, fucker, it's taken me forever and a fucking day to find this again. My folders and bookmarks are fucking insane.
People are writing reviews on a tiny tool.
Well, they should do. It's fucking great. It's a great tool.
Mark says, very useful little thingamajiggy.
Thingamajig.
Serious miniature hoarder cannot live without this wonderful great item.
Yep. Should have a coin beside it in some sort of random fucking like lira or punts. They just have a fucking 5 fucking D rabbit punt beside it. That'd be fucking great. Or what was 20 pence? 20 pence the deer. Have a deer. Have a fucking 20 pence deer in punt beside it. Because nobody's going to fucking remember that big bronze cunt. Except me and probably you, Nick. And everybody else can go fuck. Anyway.
And on that bombshell, I'm going to call it quits.
Yeah, you do that. I'm not saying that you've lost or anything, but
I always win.
I've a very fucking springy white. I'm assuming it's beard hair because I've not been down my pants for a pube recently.
God.
But they're Jesus, it's springy. Huh?
Slightly inappropriate content. Remember, this is parental advisory. Explicit content.
Well, I mean, if you got this far, then Firefox, yeah. Huh?
Yeah.
Huh?
If you came this far in the video, way you're much tougher than I am.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Nick, I'd say we should do 15 minutes, and then he comes in and goes, "Well, fuck it, we'll do 5, and then we'll fuck off because I can't be arsed doing anymore." And then he just starts humming. Oh, on that note, before you go, Der Kaiser passed away.
Yeah, I know.
So, you know.
And shocking news. I don't fucking care.
I do. Fucking
I
legend.
knew we would.
Absolute fucking legend. De Kaiser. So God bless him and all who sail in him.
I have my opinions on that sport, and I'm keeping them to myself because.
Are you?
Yes.
Really? You've got opinions on Franz Beckenbauer, the Emperor?
Yes.
Emperor Franz from Munich. It's because he's from Munich. Is that why?
I guess.
Oh, you fucking filth wizard. Absolute filth wizard.
Yes, he was a filthy wizard.
No, that's fine. No.
Good night, people. See you next week. Bye.
Can't.